All right, welcome everyone. My name is K. Michael Russell. I am a comic book colorist, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So I am excited to announce. Can we get like a music thing when I do this? Yeah, there we go. So that counts as fancy editing in my world. I'm happy to announce coloringcomics.com has been overhauled. You guys that have been there recently will see we've got an all new website here. And the reason for that is I've added a second course. So if you've been watching this channel, then you know that I always usually try to mention that check out my coloring course in the links in the description. Well, there's now two. There's the course 1, which I have renamed to Core Concepts, which covers all the basics, even some of the advanced stuff about coloring. And it really lays your foundation. You know, if you're new to coloring or new to art in general, then that's your baseline. You know, it talks about what coloring is and what it isn't, and storytelling and all those things that you have to know to be a good colorist. And now we have course 2, which I'm calling the Masterclass, and it basically builds on whatever you learn in course 1, and we've got all new expanded techniques here basically, and a lot of new material in general. And if you go to the site, you'll see all the details on each one. There's actually some perks included with the new course that are only available in the new course, and two things primarily, or three really. Number one is there are some full issue walkthroughs. So I actually take 2 or 3 issues, I think it's 3 issues for now, I'm going to be adding more later, but where I go through the entire issue, you know, page by page, and point out different elements and why I did what I did, and to kind of walk you through the specific storytelling aspects of each page. And I think it's going to be really helpful for you guys that, you know, are always asking, well, you know, why did you do this, or why did you decide to do this way? And it really covers all that stuff, I think, pretty well. There's also a private Facebook group that is just going to be for students in this course, and I'm keeping it. It's obviously a secret group, so there's not going to be a ton of spam, and Facebook groups tend to become kind of a mess, so will not happen in this one. There's also a monthly live class, or a live Q&A or chat or whatever you want to call it. It's going to obviously online, and each month it's going to be whatever the students need it to be honest. I'm not really going to dictate, you know, today's class is going to be about this, you know. I'm going to be taking questions, doing critiques, whatever the students want. That's their time with me, basically. And it's going to be an hour each month, and I'm going to try to get to as many questions as possible and discuss anything that needs discussing. So, like I said, I'm looking forward to kind of seeing where that goes. Excited about that. So let's just go into the new course here, and I'm going to enroll, and it should. I've made the course, so I shouldn't. It should just let me in. Yay, okay, good. So if you're familiar with the layout of the first course, it's going to be very, very similar. You've got all of the chapters here on the left. You've got your achievements and progress. It lets you keep track of that. There's a discussion board where you can go in and post work there and ask for feedback. And each chapter has several lessons in it. And just to hit a couple of the highlights, one of the main differences with the new course is it really gets into a lot of specifics. You know, in course 1, I didn't want to really dictate to anyone, you know, this is how you render this, because a lot of beginners will take that to mean that that's the only way that works. And of course that's not true. There are as many ways to color as there are colorists, as a colorist told me recently. And so with this course I really get into some specifics though about, you know, ways that you can render hair and faces and anatomy and clouds and glass and metal and lightning bolts and all these different things that you see quite often in comics. So we color a lot of that. We cover a lot of that. Color concepts is just more color theory. You know, you can't really get enough color theory. I've thrown in some new stuff in there. Minimal palettes was something I got asked about quite a bit. You know, how to decide making, you know, good palette choices. So we got a lesson on that. More storytelling. Again, we can't go wrong with more storytelling. Adjustment layers. There's a bunch of other stuff. I'm going to skip down here. Those full issue breakdowns that I mentioned. Glitter Bomb and a couple of hack slash issues. And there's 2 new fully narrated walkthroughs. One is a page from Glitter Bomb number 3, the new series, and Postal number 25, which if you watched the channel recently, I did a video on that, kind of a time lapse. That's the one with the postcard that said Eden. This is actually the full-length narrated version of that, so you get to see all that stuff happen in real time, and that is in there. So before, where there was one course that was about 10 hours long, there's now 2 10-hour courses. So there's 20 hours of tutorials in there. It's over 100 lessons. And if you haven't enrolled in the first one, there's a bundle that includes both 1 and 2, and it's a big discount. So be sure to check that out. If it's your first time and you haven't bought either course, you'll by far be better off getting the bundle. So be sure to check that out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this brief introduction. So go to coloringcomics.com. There's an intro video at the top you can watch as well. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Give the video a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.